there a such thing as a free world? That would pose a lot of questions. Like, what would people have to do then? What would we do with our time? I mean, just to start with one tiny example, I'll try to pick something like, let's say, what other people would consider as backwoods, or other people may consider redneck or whatever. God bless them. They're allowed to be that way. Would they spend their days, would they wake up in the morning and go out and be like, I'm going to shoot me some critters today? Not putting that down, but at the same time, we shouldn't be shooting critters. You know, they're alive too. I'm not going to go too far into that. So, would people be putting on suits and ties and going out to work at a shop or a factory or anything like that? If it was what they wanted to do with their life, yeah. Would they have to wear a suit and a tie? No, they wouldn't have a dress code. But they'd dress nicely. They'd be taught how to dress comfortably and sensibly, or maybe not taught or allowed to do whatever they want. This is where we have to ask ourselves, what kind of world do we really want? Because everyone seems to want to complain, but no one seems to offer any suggestions. Now, I have suggestions for everything I'm going to ask about, but I'm not going to put them out there, because what's the point unless people are wanting to discuss these things and really take some steps forward? We can't sit around and have everybody walking around with their head in a phone. If that's what it's like right now, what do you think it's going to be like in 5 years? Everybody will be looking down. No one will even notice that the sun is out. And that's sad. I remember, like right today, it's a sunny day. It's almost 70 degrees. And I remember there used to be like times where the kids would be sitting on the edge of a bridge with their feet hanging over, talking about stuff, throwing rocks in the thing and talking about life, because they were around nature, and nature sparks up spirit. It gives you, the spirit gets into you. Like when people say, you don't have any spirit, people are losing that because they're forgetting that they're alive. They're thinking that being alive is getting into the gossip, getting into the latest news feed. I mean, does anybody else see as how ridiculous that can be? And how bad it will be if we don't step up and say something? Now, it may not be the popular thing to say, but because I care, I have to keep saying what other people aren't. I have to keep standing up for what we need to do with ourselves, or should do with ourselves. Yes, we don't need to. And yes, there's spirit among all things, and that's going to go on and on and on. But humanity doesn't have to go on. That's up to us. In a way, we're failing, and we're allowing it to fail. We're saying, oh, we can't do nothing about it. But what do you do when you say you can't do nothing about it? How do you change that? You say, I can do something about it. And instead of believing you can't, believe you can, and start doing something about it. Don't just let yourself be pushed around. I mean, well, there's ways to do it this day and age, because we're more civilized, where we don't have to go out and shoot each other and fight each other, and we can do it sensibly. We even have internet to do it. There's tons of people out there trying, but we're not, I can't say we, I'm just talking about as a whole. People don't seem interested in that. Our kids are more interested in everything else. That's just ridiculousness. And I'm not trying to be the party pooper or the rain on the parade. Believe me, I used to love to party, and I still love to smile and have fun. And the world is about being joyful and full of love. Yeah, it's corny and candy ass as it sounds. It's true. Watching some fights. When's the last time you've said, Dad, I want to see a good fight? A lot of people, that would be all the time. But why? What's so awesome about a good fight? I don't know. I don't know anymore. What's there to prove in a fight? Who's more barbaric? Who can knock who out? It's about time to start and knock some sense into yourself. Please. So, it starts with us, and it starts right now. Who's with me?